Coming up on the Charge on Air. Helpful feature or invasion of privacy? We asked students what they think of Ring Doorbell's new feature.
Plus, a 19-year-old UCF student is running for the Seminole County School Board. Find out what he needs to get on the ballot.
A new Bill of Rights. State lawmakers considering measures to protect consumers from artificial intelligence.
In sports, men's basketball is looking to snap a 2-game losing streak and avoid another heartbreak at the finish line.
The Charge on Air starts now. Good afternoon, Knights, and welcome to the Charge on Air. I'm Diego Ortiz.
And I'm Luis Perez. Today is Friday, February 13, 2026.
Amazon is pulling a brand new feature from Ring doorbells thanks to controversy over their Super Bowl ad. Charge on Air reporter Nicholson looks into concerns raised by Ring owners.
During Super Bowl 60, the Ring doorbell company released a new commercial promoting their new AI-powered search tool, Search Party.
Pets are family, but every year, 10 million go missing, and the way we look for them hasn't changed in years.
Ring marketed the feature as a way to help find missing dogs. Nearby Ring cameras would look for a match to the uploaded description. However, on Thursday, after immense backlash, Ring announced plans to cancel Search Party.
As a college student, it is kind of feels like an invasion of privacy because so many people walk past the camera and it feels like you could just it's kind of holding your information, which is a little scary.
I spoke with Dr. Yao Li, a core faculty member in the cybersecurity and privacy cluster who raised some ethical concerns about the feature.
My neighbor have this doorbell there or other type camera there. I am concerned because, what if I am captured? What if I am on a private call, but captured by the device, and then a lot of personal details will be exposed.
Nicole says that even if the feature was still happening, it wouldn't be much use to her.
Living in a college apartment, it doesn't really help with lost dogs because we're not really getting dogs in the hallways, so it feels more like a risk than any benefit.
In Orlando, Nick Cohen, The Charge on Air.
And to read the full statement from Ring on the failed Search Party feature, visit ring.com.
A UCF Knight is entering the race for the Seminole County School Board, and he hasn't even finished his degree yet. Charge on Air reporter Isaac Abdel-Messiah tells us more about the candidate and how the pizza always delivers.
Hello, this is Antonio Pizza running for School Board District 1. How are you doing?
UCF freshman Antonio Pizza is answering calls for his school board campaign.
So when it came to running, I thought, how can I make the most change to the community I love? And it's public office.
Pizza graduated from Hagerty High School last year and is now running to represent his alma mater Seminole County School District. He says that he's running on a platform dedicated on ending COVID-era learning.
So I really want to focus on getting the students back in school and ending COVID-era learning. We have Florida virtual school. There's no point at all to have Seminole County virtual school. It's splitting taxpayers' money.
According to Seminole County Public Schools, SCVS is a franchise of FLVS. It also says that Seminole County residents pay for both learning systems with their tax dollars. Jamari Abbott is a friend and supporter of Antonio's. The two met 3 years ago at Hagerty when Pizza was still in high school. Abbott believes that it's important to have someone like Pizza run for office because he will be there for you no matter what.
I feel like when you're running for office, you need someone that you know will be there for you no matter what, that is there, that understands everything.
While Pizza is confident he can win, there are a few obstacles he'll have to overcome. Antonio told me he has two methods to get his name on the ballot this year. He can either get over 3,000 signatures from registered Seminole County voters by March on a petition like this one here, or he has to raise over $2,000 by June. In Orlando, Isaac Abdel-Messiah, The Charge on Air.
Elections for the Seminole County School Board takes place on August 18, 2026. You can find a full list of candidates and their contact information at voteseminole.org.
A new bill is making its way through the Florida Senate, and if signed into law, will give AI its own Bill of Rights. I spoke with the UCF community to see what they think about the legislation.
Recently, the AI Bill of Rights moved forward in the Florida Senate. One of the biggest parts of this bill is that the company must disclose whether a consumer is talking to AI or not. Computer science assistant Professor Ji Wang believes companies need to add restrictions to ensure safety.
Their deployment, we should enforce a strict restriction for their entire model development so that models become safer after their release.
And now another concern with the use of AI here at UCF is that it's making students less hardworking. And after speaking with political science professor Aubrey Jewett, he told me he had to start using lockdown browsers for his exams, and those lockdown browsers made scores go back to normal.
From a teaching perspective, I'm pretty worried about AI, as are many professors, as we try to navigate and figure out how do we ensure that students are actually learning anything. In my online classes, I have just recently, in the last year or two, as AI has gotten so much better, gone to requiring respond to lockdown browser when the students take a test, and they also have to have a camera on. I don't know that that solves everything, but it has brought test scores back down to quote-unquote normal.
According to these graphs from Gallup.com, you can see the growth in the use of AI, and the biggest growth being in both college or university and K-12 education. In Orlando, Diego Ortiz, The Charge on Air.
To find out more about the proposed AI Bill of Rights here in Florida, you can visit flgov.com.
Thursday morning marked the final ticket distribution day for Universal Nights. With doors opening at 9 a.m., a Digital Financial Arena saw a line of students wrapped around the building for an opportunity to secure their tickets. Students have one more chance to secure tickets by entering a virtual lottery that ends tonight. Universal Nights will take place at Islands of Adventure on February 22nd from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Well, it seems like spring is arriving early for Central Florida. The cold weather seems like it's starting to disappear.
Let's bring in Shane Winsten. And Shane, do we still need those sweatshirts and jeans?
See, like in the morning, you might want to because we're getting in like the lower 50s, but as the day progresses, it's going to get a lot hotter. So I want to take a look at the current conditions right now. If we look outside, it is about 73 degrees. Yeah, but that'll feel like 80 when you look at the humidity of 44%. Those winds getting to 3 miles per hour. So you're not going to get much breeze in there, and then a 0% chance of rain today. But as we look towards the weekend, we have some much needed rain coming in. So we're going to take a look at that coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Coming up, the heartwarming love story of 2 UCF bus drivers.
Plus, speaking of love, flowers are a Valentine's staple. Find out why your special bouquet may be coming from farther away.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. We push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we are at our best, we have more to offer the world around us. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Being a cowboy, I don't know anything different from when I was 3 or 4 years old. I did tough things. I thought everybody needed to do tough things, and if you didn't, I didn't have time for it. I had a very successful career at a very young age, and life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally on the inside. And then I got hurt. I wanted to be better as a person, and I really dug into mental health. I start my day with 20-minute workouts. I live life 8 seconds at a time. horses are so therapeutic. They know what you're feeling. When you're nervous, they're nervous. He won't say it back, but we're pals. I take a lot of responsibility in taking care of my kids, my family, and being there for them. You're gonna have tough days. Everybody does. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
UCF shuttles go all across campus and serve our community, but how much do you know about the people that drive them? Charge on Air reporter Orion Boone shares their heartwarming story.
To most, the UCF shuttle buses are just transportation, but to Magali Ferreira and Roberto Fonseca, it's an extension of their relationship as husband and wife.
She's, wow, yes. Okay, let's start plan. It's, no, I want to marry you today, at the court, now. And she said, what? Now it's yeah. Let's go.
The two met at church 15 years ago while working on a play. After 6 months, they were married. They then started a business together selling tapioca flour.
But about the COVID, the time is changed for everything, for everybody, no? And we decide to close the business. We are very tired, and he's back for the bus.
Fonseca returned to his job as a bus driver. Meanwhile, Ferreira took an office job that she says left her exhausted.
She didn't have a CDL, and that time say, go take the class, take your driver's license, and come to work with me. This is the place we had to be.
Now the two arrive to work together weekday mornings, waving to each other each time their buses cross paths.
Mega is everything. She is everything for me.
In Orlando, Orion Boone, The Charge on Air.
Fonseca says he drives on Route 8, and Ferrer says she drives on Route 5.
Students are getting into the Valentine's Day spirit with free Legos and goodie bags. The Campus Activity Board hosted XOXO Cap yesterday. Students could spin a wheel to win prizes like flower-themed Lego sets, candy, and more. You can see students lined up for their chance at the wheel. CAP organizers say they're glad to make Valentine's Day special for as many students as they can.
Giving flowers to your significant other is viewed as a beautiful gesture, but you might not know about the process behind how those flowers get to consumers. Charge on Air reporter Luis Perez tells us more about these classic Valentine's Day gifts.
The conditions on the environment make it really difficult for plants to survive and be able to grow in a healthy manner. Many of the plants and flowers die off rapidly due to the freezing temperatures during the winter. Nick Coker is the Public Garden Management Coordinator for UCF Arboretum and tells us more about the issues with the weather.
Unfortunately, with this being a historic freeze, we did have some casualties. We are going to have to prune a lot of stuff back. And then once we assess what plants are completely dead versus what we have to prune, we will be buying new plants and replanting in our pollinator gardens.
UCF Arboretum will wait for the conditions to settle in order to assess the damages.
On the very gloomy and historic cold weather that we have seen, it's most definitely not ideal to grow flowers. So businesses will need to look at alternative ways to continue to sell flowers with such a big festivity like Valentine's Day just on the horizon.
Flower shops rely on imports of flowers in order to keep high quality for Valentine's. Janet Abdullah is one of the owners of Elite Flora and Gift Shop near campus and explains why flowers and Valentine's are key to the business.
We buy our flowers top quality and finest quality flowers from sometimes Ecuador, sometimes Holland, sometimes from Colombia. It's the top and the busiest season for all florists. It's like a Super Bowl for a florist.
Abdullah says they start preparing for Valentine's months in advance. In Orlando, Luis Perez, The Charge on Air.
Be sure to purchase your flowers for your special someone before they're all gone. Well, Luis, it looks like we finally left that cold weather in the rear-view mirror.
Pleasant weekend is on the way for Central Florida. Coming up, student meteorologist Shane Winsten tells us what you can expect for your weekend plans.
Doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. One in 3 adults has prediabetes, and you could be one of them. There are usually no signs for prediabetes. So it's important to understand your risk. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. We push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we are at our best, we have more to offer the world around us. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Well, typical Florida weather is arriving, and UCM students will start feeling the typical heat. Let's check in with student meteorologist Ashley Schoner from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University for a look at the national forecast.
Happy Friday. It is a tale of two countries across the nation. We are seeing a vast variety of temperatures. Now, all the way from Montana to the Great Lakes, we are seeing much warmer temperatures, 20 to 25 degrees above normal. While in New England and the Mid-Atlantic, they are seeing much colder temperatures, 10 to 15 degrees lower than normal, coming in from the Canada air. Now, as this moist Arctic air moves in, our greatest snow potential will be over these Great Lakes. These are areas that we're going to want to watch out for in the future. Our other big story for this weekend will be our storms and low pressure system forming and moving across the United States. Now, this can bring rain all the way from Oklahoma to the Carolinas. This is definitely something we'll want to watch out for. As we move into our holiday weekend, how this will impact you, we'll be back to UCF.
Well, like I said, Luis, it looks like the cold weather is all behind us, which means it could start getting hot, hot, hot.
Finally, I can start putting my jackets away.
Gotcha. Well, let's check in with student reporter Shane Winsten to see this week's upcoming temperatures.
Yeah, guys, I would personally keep that sweatshirt just for the mornings as it can get a little bit cool, but right now you're not going to want them. Let's take a look at those current temps. Gainesville up 73, Palm Coast 67, Leesburg 72, right here downtown Orlando 75, Winter Haven 75, over on the coast, Gulf Coast, Tampa 74, and on the Atlantic Coast 71. But like I said earlier, we are expecting some showers in the forecast. So let's take a look. Let's plan out that weekend forecast with your 5-day forecast. So as we said, tomorrow is looking at a high of 77, low of 60, only a 2% chance of rain. But as we move into Sunday morning, looking pretty good. We got a low of 61, a high of 81. But in that Sunday evening into Monday morning, that's when we're looking at those showers moving in. That's why we got a 55% chance of rain on both days. And then Monday, later in the afternoon, if you're driving to work, you might want to be a little bit careful, or to school. Then we got a high of 76, low of 56. But as the week continues, good weather on the forecast, only a 3% and 2% chance of rain. Low on Tuesday, 58 with a high of 80. Wednesday, moving up, 82 and 59. So as I said, we're gonna need to be careful on that Sunday evening into Monday as we have a high chance for rain, but we should be good for the rest of your weekend plans. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Shane. Still to come, UCF men's basketball is looking to get back into the win column after 2 straight losses.
Plus, how UCF grad is making mark on her community and in the Winter Olympics.
With our coaching, obviously, you see these guys at the Olympics, and it's cool for my kids to get to see that, like, hey, like, it's been done before. Like, if
We
we'd never make a separate dinner. And never do that. We'd never let them sleep in our room. And never become a minivan mom.
Hey, Chris. Okay, well, I'm not at my desk right now.
As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
What's going on, Knights? Are you ready for this upcoming Florida Heat? Because I know I am. My name is Kymani Brown, and I'm here to give you the latest on UCF sports. UCF men's basketball returns home after back-to-back road blowout losses. The Knights hope to stop the skid before it turns into the kind of spiral that hurt them in the NCAA tournament last year. Charge on Air reporter Andrew Cherico tells us how the Knights are trying to stay in the race.
And UCF is going to let this one go. 7 straight losses for the Knights.
Last season, UCF looked bound, but February took a turn for the worse. The Knights dropped 7 straight games and went 2-6 that month, a skid that ultimately kept them out of March Madness. This adversity is nothing new for head coach Johnny Dawkins.
And we're going through it now. You're going to face some adversity. I mean, I don't know what team ever goes through a season without it. And what do you do with that? How do you handle that adversity?
Now, history could potentially repeat itself. After one of their best starts in program history, according to UCF Athletics, the Knights opened February with back-to-back blowout losses to 8th-ranked Houston and unranked Cincinnati. And you can see the Knights putting in the work behind the In Addition Financial Arena, with guard Themis Folks getting some shots up on his own time and getting to speak with forward Devin Cambridge throughout the week. He made the mission known: protect home court and beat West Virginia on Saturday.
Knock us down, and we can't have that. You got to protect home court. And like I said, every game is a big game, but this is most important, yeah.
At 17-6 and multiple statement wins already secured, the Knights still control their postseason destiny, but avoiding another February slide could determine whether they're dancing or watching from the couch in March. In Orlando, Andrew Cherico, The Charge on Air.
The Knights tip off against West Virginia at home on Saturday at 6 p.m. Right now, the UCF softball team is in Clearwater, looking to continue with strong 7-1 start to the season. The 5-game invitational started this morning against Northwestern, where the Knights defeated the Wildcats 6-4. Now the Knights are facing off against the number 17th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Tomorrow, the Knights face off against 10th-ranked LSU and 8th-ranked Nebraska. Head coach Cindy Ball Malone says she's excited to see how her team faces off against the competition.
It's huge. Clearwater is definitely, it's going to feel like head above water. Just the opponents, it's definitely like a postseason tournament in your second week when you're still trying to figure your team out.
From Central Florida to the world stage, One coach's impact is being felt far beyond the track. Charles on Air reporter Nick Cohen shows us how UCF alum is shaping the future of speed skating, one generation at a time.
Two Olympic speed skaters share the same Central Florida coach. Renee Hildebrand, a UCF alum, once trained Aaron Jackson and Brittany Bowe, now 3- and 4-time Olympians respectively, competing for Team USA at the 2026 Winter Games.
I mean, 4th and 6th in the world, ain't nothing to be shy about there. That's great. I went to UCF back in 1983 to 84, and one of the reasons I chose UCF and the athletic training program was that I had just got into coaching speed skating. So I decided maybe I need to get some scientific background to kind of help my career in coaching. So I did the athletic training program at UCF. In 1992, inlines came out, and everyone wanted to race on inlines. And it just kind of left me, as far as coaching, on a level playing ground, because no one else had ever coached inlines either. So we were all kind of at ground zero together.
About 40 years in, Renee is still coaching the next generation of Olympic speed skaters. One former student loved her teaching so much, she's coaching his children.
I look up to her. I think she's done a phenomenal job with her coaching. Obviously, you know, you see these guys at the Olympics, and it's cool for my kids to get to see that, like, hey, like, it's been done before. Like, if you work hard and, you know, you do your best and you're willing to listen and learn, like, you could have a shot at doing this. Like, it's, you know, other kids have done it. You could do it too here in Ocala.
I love watching the kids at the Olympics and all that, but I love coming back to just skating, you know, teaching the young kids how to skate.
You can just tell being around her and interacting with her that she actually cares about the kids, she cares about the parents and the sport, and even going to different meets, she'll help other kids out, you know. She just has a real love for the sport and a love for people.
In Ocala, Nick Cohen, The Charge on Air.
If you want to watch Aaron and Brittany in action, the Gainesville Sun reports that Aaron will be competing in the women's 500-meter speed skate on Sunday, and Brittany will be competing in the women's team pursuit on Tuesday, and the 1,500-meter solo event next Friday.
Guys, I definitely looking forward for the game tomorrow. I want to see the Knights in the tournament, but it's been a weird season. Really ups and downs here and there. Diego, what have you seen from the team this season?
Yeah, I just feel like there's been a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of games that maybe shouldn't be too close for us that we come out on top, like the game against Cincinnati, but then we lose against Cincinnati by 20. So I think really just the main thing we've been looking for with UCF basketball the last few years has just been consistency. What do you think?
So I want to go back. If you remember the Charge 2 weeks ago, I said this 4-game stretch, starting with Cincinnati, ending with Utah. Where are we at right now? We got 1 loss to Cincinnati. I said we needed to win 3 of them. I want to see the Knights win the next 3 games in order to be safe NCAA tournament bids.
Yeah. And I mean, it's definitely doable. I think we have the guard play. I think the bigs got to be a little bit more consistent, but when our bigs play well, it makes it a lot easier because I think our team is good at controlling the interior.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, we're at the point where we're going to have to get every win out the mud, and to make that championship or make that tournament, that's what we're going to need to do. It's also going to be Valentine's Day, so the love is going to be in the air. Hopefully, you know, a couple shots are going to fall because of it.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen home court advantage. I mean, the win against Kansas, the win against Texas Tech, I mean, those were huge wins. Even the game against Cincinnati, sure, probably would have liked to win by more, but I mean, there was a lot of energy in that crowd too, and we almost got one against Arizona. It's like, you know, I think at home we're a better team, so I'm looking forward to see how we can fare against them.
But West Virginia and TCU have competitive resumes, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, Addition Arena, it could get court stormed. So I'm sure a lot of teams are really thinking about that when they're coming to our town.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can keep up with us during the week on thechargenews.com.
Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, Knights.